Hey, and welcome to Bush Kiddz. Another walk today, just getting our exercise. It's February 2021, and of course we all know the situation we're in at the moment. And it's almost just over a year, we're coming up to an year of issues and lockdown, and just wanted to offer up some thoughts really around wellness, mindfulness, mental health, and maybe how it affects our children. So I've been doing quite a bit of research on this and looking at what's available in terms of research, white papers and just general sentiment around this. And there is a lot coming out. In fact, there's been a lot on this subject for quite a while, and it's quite concerning actually when you start to read through it on what people are finding around mental health and when the challenges start. And as you can imagine, a lot of this is started when our children are formulating their thoughts and they're formulating their social bonds and social norms. So it's not surprising that I think, even in a study that was done in 2016 before we came into the issues that we have now, that almost 50% of mental health issues were being formulated before our children get to 14. So with that in mind, what can we do in their early years to really kind of focus some attention on helping, knowing that possibly as parents we're going through the same kind of challenges ourselves, and don't mind admitting having up and down days at the moment that trying to deal with. But in the research I've just tried to consolidate a few thoughts and feelings to share with you, and I'm not an expert, believe me, I'm not an expert at all. I'm just a parent and an adult trying to deal with the current situation and trying to rationalise it, and just wanted to share that with you. So anyone that's been watching the channel will see that I like to use acronyms or the rule of three or kind of any other thing to remember things by. So in consolidating my thoughts, I've come up with this acronym of value. So the value stands for being valued, awareness, learning, understanding others, and exercise. So let me step you through that one by one. So the V for being valued or being appreciated is really important to get the children realising that no matter what's going on in their minds at the moment, they're valued by their parents, their family, their friends and the community in the school, and feeling truly appreciated. I know when times are dark it's hard to do that, but having that mindset of being valued and appreciated somewhere, somehow, is really, really important in all of this. And I guess just a supportive action from the parents to make sure that they realise that, even in our darkest hour, that the children are valued, they're precious to us, and really being clear on that with the children so that they know. A is for awareness, and awareness around lots of things really, being mindful of things, knowing that things will come into their minds and being aware that it is just a thought, it might not be the reality of things, and just kind of playing that through. I often kind of wonder when I'm thinking about things whether things are in the past, and therefore kind of categorise that. Is it in the past? Can I do anything about it? Is it in the future? Therefore, have I got a crystal ball? Do I know that's going to happen? Am I projecting forward and trying to make things happen? And just realising in both of those scenarios there isn't really any control. You can't change what's happened in the past, and there's no real true view of what the future will hold. We can just be positive and project forward with that. But I think being in the present is really, really important. How am I feeling now? What am I looking at now? What am I thinking about now? And how do I turn up to that? Do I turn up with a positive mind? Do I turn up with a pessimistic mind? Am I skeptical? Or can I just look at it and think, well, actually, I'm just with my parents and we're having a chat, or I'm just watching the TV and I'm just taking in what's happening. So being really present in the moment is really important. I think that's what mindfulness is all about, really. Being aware and being present in the present moment, and not lingering too much on the past or projecting too much into the future. L is for learning, and it can be any kind of learning, right? This kind of learning, getting the children onto something that they really enjoy, whether it's bushcraft or electronics or space or whatever it is. And there's so much out there to learn from at the moment on the internet, and to tune into things, getting a good book and getting them in the mix of learning, and really checking and thinking about some learning goals. Our Fab 40 is built on that, to really focus the children's attention to achieve all those fabulous 40, and more will come, Terrific 20 and others. So learning is really, really important, and that growth mindset around continuing to learn and setting some learning goals for themselves and with their parents, I think is really good, because it just shows that we can change things, we can change our mind, we can change our beliefs, we can change what we know and what we experience. So that's L. U is for understanding, and this is specifically about understanding others and taking the time to take a perspective from other people's eyes. How do you look through the eyes of your parents? How do you look through the eyes of your sister or brother? How do you look through the eyes of your grandma and granddad? What are they thinking, and how would they see things? How can I help them? How can I help those people? Have a sense of service to those people, because sometimes when you focus on that, it takes away the challenges that are in our own minds and starts to focus on helping others and in service of others. Sometimes it's difficult because you've got too much going on in your head, but just taking the time to understand others and get to learn what they're all about and their perspectives can be massively enlightening and a great learning experience as well. Take advantage of the people that you've got around you, particularly, in the nicest respectful sense, particularly grandparents, because they know things and have experienced things over a long period of time. Where did they used to live? What did they used to do? How were they brought up as children? What did they have for Christmas? All of those questions are just really fascinating to understand and get into. So the last one in this, value, V for valued, A for awareness, L for learning, U for understanding, and the last one is E, and that's exercise. Getting outside in the outdoors and just experience and exercise. 40 is built on trying to, the whole Bush Kiddz movement is about inspiring people to get outdoors with their kids, do something different, learn something different, be around nature, be aware of nature. And actually, all of the things that we talk about in this, in terms of value, can be applied to that in going outside. Value nature. Be aware of nature and the small things that happen in nature. Look at the bugs in the ground, look at the birds in the sky, look at the leaves on the trees and how they're made up. Learning about bushcraft, learning about trees, learning about animals. So exercise outdoors, get outside, get out in the outdoors and experience things. So there you go. Just something on my mind. As is a lot of things at the moment. I'm not an expert on this. Just started to do some research and think about it myself, from my own personal perspective and for the perspective of my children. And I hope that helps. If you've got a child watching this, then really get them to think about that. Replay what they've heard. Ask them if they change anything. What does it look like through their eyes? Again, it's not necessarily a challenge, but it's embedded into everything that we do around our challenges. And I'd love to see kind of a poster or a drawing to kind of show that they've understood. or maybe if they want to and they don't mind being on camera, have them talk about our feelings. Our thumbs up on our badge it signifies being okay. I am okay. But in these times it's okay not to be okay. So a level thumb says, just be patient with me. I'm not feeling particularly good today, probably need a little bit of time and space. And a thumbs down can signify, or should signify, that I need help, and it's okay to ask for help. So hope you enjoyed this. Give us a thumbs up yourself if you think it helps, and we'll do more of this across the channel, integrated into what we do with our bushcraft skills. And anyway, stay safe and speak to you soon.